with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin. Goku and Vegeta were training with Daishinkan-sama, as Goku was a friend of Zeno-sama, and allowed both Saiyans to train with Daishinkan. In these 2 months that we've trained, we've become very powerful, and I'm able to access the Ultra Instinct at will, but only defensive. For the first time, I feel that I've surpassed you, Kakarot. I've been able to master the Ultra Ego 100. Both Saiyans were talking about all the progress they had made, but at the moment, a powerful ki would be felt all over the place, and an incredible pressure would fall on the body of both Saiyans. Daishinkan was ready to devour every drop of the power that both Saiyans had collected. I'm tired of you training you. You will be a part of a perfect being like me. Goku and Vegeta were on the ground without being able to move. But at that moment, an unknown being would appear in front of both Saiyans, being able to connect an incredible blow in the face of Daishinkan, which would make him fall to an area of the palace, being dragged a few meters. That warrior would expel an abominable power, with which he intended that the King of Everything would release everything that happened, not having any response. Well, if it isn't you, Yamoshi, I thought by hiding for millions of years you would have already died, but apparently you have the guts to return to where your last defeat was. What the hell happened to Zeno-sama? I have unleashed enough power to make the King of Everything aware of my presence. By the day I became the King of Everything, there must be no failure, so the King of Everything is resting in a dimension very different from this one. Yamoshi, realizing that this would not be easy, would access his legendary state, beginning to destroy everything around him due to the incredible amount of energy that was releasing his body. After a few minutes, a large explosion could be observed all over the place, and it could be seen that Yamoshi was in his legendary state. Kakarot, Vegeta, use all your power since the other method will be very risky. Instantly, both warriors raised their power to the limit in the same way, which was nothing compared to Yamoshi, but in spite of that, the trio of warriors rushed against Daishinkan. Not having enough power to defeat him, Daishinkan instantly, with an overwhelming speed, was able to leave Goku and Vegeta lying on the ground while holding Yamoshi. What happened to you, Yamoshi? You, the most powerful Saiyan of all the 18 universes, have ended up in this condition. But you have my respect for coming back, knowing that 95% of your power is sealed. It doesn't matter if I die. There is still hope. At that moment, Yamoshi would throw a large sphere of energy towards Goku, which seemed to have disintegrated him completely. Even if I die, my Saiyan essence is completely disintegrated. Universal reincarnation! In that instant, all the universes, galaxies, absolutely all the multiverse of Zeno-sama had returned to the past. But before Daishinkan was affected, he would use a great part of his power, with which he would neutralize the definitive technique of Yamoshi. At that instant that all the universes returned to the past, Daishinkan was completely alone in the realm of everything. Damn Saiyan, back in time he didn't care about quitting existing. To use such power would have ended his life essence. But it doesn't matter. I have the power that I've accumulated in all this time. There's no being that is capable of confronting me. However, in all of Universe 7, but specifically on the planet named Vegeta, a powerful barrier was covering everything around it. What the hell? Why does my body feel so small? What does this mean? That's right, Goku had been reborn, but at the moment, he would be able to observe Yamoshi in his mind. Kakarot, with my last energy reserve, I've been able to make everything happen again. You have only one chance. I have granted you the power of the Omni Saiyan. That's right, despite being only a child, the power of the Omni Saiyan was released from his body, destroying much of the entire planet of Vegeta, but Yamoshi's powerful barrier was able to withstand it. Kakarot, I trust you. Don't let the priest discover you until you're ready to fight him again, because this power is the same. I have one more chance to defeat that bastard. I can't believe we're in the past again. What happened to my family and friends? Meanwhile, King Vegeta, at that moment, would give maximum alert upon realizing that a simple Saiyan child had such power, would give the order for his execution. Bardock, to know about the order of King Vegeta, and sensing the betrayal of Frieza, would send his son to the planet Earth, which upon arrival would be found in the same way by Grandpa Gohan. All the adventures of Goku would pass normally. The only difference would be that this time, everything would be extremely easy for the Saiyan warrior. After a few years, Goku had reached his adulthood, but it would take an unexpected turn. The evil Emperor Frieza would arrive to planet Earth in search of the Dragon Balls. All the soldiers would begin to destroy the entire planet Earth. At the same time, Goku would stand in front of the army of Frieza, being able to kill each soldier in one move. Frieza would be a little surprised, but to feel a strange pressure in his body, he would decide to access his last form.
You Saiyan is very similar to the Saiyan that faced me when I destroyed the entire planet of Vegeta. It was a wonderful fireworks display. Frieza, despite being in the past or the future, you don't change, but this time I'll have to finish you off.
Goku, without much effort, would end the life of the evil Emperor, making it look like something very simple. However, a powerful goddess was watching him. That's right, as Yamoshi was mortal, his techniques suffered several mistakes, but he fulfilled the task, but beings that did not exist before in his multiverse.
Wow, the power of that Saiyan is incredible. I can feel the ki from a god from within.
Meanwhile, on Beerus' planet, he would wake up much earlier than expected because he felt the energy of a god. Hey, Whis, what happened to my absence? There's some important news.
Mr. Beerus, Frieza is dead.
What? Someone has enough power to kill Frieza?
That's right, my lord, and he's a Saiyan, who even possesses the power of a god. I cannot tell how much, but he has in his being the essence of a god.
So a god. This is much more interesting than I thought. Take me to that Saiyan. I want to have a fight with him. At that moment, Whis, together with Beerus, were heading to planet Earth. However, Goku, noticing the presence of Beerus and Whis, would use teleportation, appearing in front of both deities. Whis would stop abruptly, which would make Beerus angry. Hey, Whis, what the hell's wrong with you? Don't ever stop like that again. However, the look of Beerus would change to a much more serious one when he realized that a being was in front of them, and his presence was somewhat doubtful.
You are the Saiyan Son Goku, or also known as Kakarot. How have you been able to find us? Mortals cannot sense the ki of a god. It's something very easy to answer. I'm not a simple mortal. Many years ago, I stopped being one.
I want to have a little power battle with you, Saiyan. In case you make me use 20% of all my power, I'll let you go. Otherwise, I'll lend your pathetic life. Goku with a smile passing to the Super Saiyan, with which both warriors began to fight. While Goku exchanged blows, he remembered his first battle with Beerus.
I promise that everything will return to normal, and I'll finish with the damn Daishinkan.
Instantly, Goku was very distracted. He received a blow which made him fall to a planet, being dragged a few meters. Goku would quickly recover from the blow.
Wow, you're very powerful. But how about this? I'll use my divine ki.
Beerus and Whis were very surprised to know that the Saiyan would use the power of a god. Goku would instantly access the Super Saiyan Blue, knowing that the entire Universe 7 was sealed by a barrier which did not allow its power to expand.
What do you think of this, Beerus? Do you think you have enough power to face me?
Beerus, a little annoyed by Goku's question, went on the attack. However, at this moment, the difference in power was abysmal, because Goku possessed the power of the Omni God, which he had never used since his birth. Instantly, Beerus would raise a large part of his power, which would leave Goku very surprised, because he had never seen the maximum power of Beerus. I've never used my full power, but you're worthy. Beerus, with maximum speed, would begin to intermarry blows with Goku, which this time is blows if they cause some power of the blow.
Oh, I'm sorry, Saiyan. I thought you had your guard up, but my next move will be much slower.
Goku, a little upset, threw himself against Cirrus, who was surprised to realize that the power of Cirrus was able to humiliate him without any effort. Goku at that moment would receive a big blow to his stomach, and with a kick he'd be sent flying again, losing the state of Ultra Instinct.
Ouch! That really hurt. Who the hell is this woman? She possesses the power that's abominable. I can't believe it.
Goku would begin to immediately increase his part of his power greatly. That's right, Goku would begin to access the perfect Ultra Instinct, but the power he possessed in that state was insane.
So, you plan to use a great part of all your power? This is interesting. You gods of this universe go away. This is going to be fun. Cirrus, in the same way, would increase her power in an unreal way, but both increasing her powers in such an abysmal way, hundreds of planets would be destroyed by the simple distortion of powers. At the moment, an incredible silver Ozaru would be observed throughout the Universe 7. The power of both warriors was incomprehensible. Nevertheless, the powerful barrier of Yamoshi was able to fulfill its purpose of not letting any power expand by the 12 universes. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, Daishinkan had awakened of a long sleep, since when using, much more power of which its body supports had worn out each drop of energy. After several years, I've finally been able to recover completely. But what an idiot Yamoshi has been. No matter what happens, I'll still have my original power. Instantly, the King of Everything would stand in front of Daishinkan-sama, who was a little nervous. Hey, Dai, I'm really bored. I don't know what to do. I better summon the Supreme Gods and the Divine God. Daishinkan was very confused because he knew absolutely nothing about those gods. I don't understand, Zeno-sama. I'm sorry, but I have had a big blow to my head, and which seems to have erased part of my memory. Don't worry, priest. Just make a call to the Supreme Gods and the Divine God. These are the coordinates. The guardian of Zeno-sama had given him the coordinates of each god, which with Daishinkan had to communicate. Meanwhile, returning to the battlefield, a great Ozaru would be created all over the place, symbolizing the beast that Goku created inside him, while Cirrus released a little amazing, which did not lose against the power of Goku. Damn, the power of this goddess is incredible! I never knew the existence of such a strong woman. Or did Yamoshi's technique fail in something? Saiyan, your power is incredible! I can't believe what power your level of power is capable of reaching. But to face me, a supreme goddess, you have to train for 1,000,000 more years. Instantly, both warriors launched themselves against each other. However, at the moment, Cirrus had stopped time, with which, even though Goku possessed the Ultra Instinct, he would give him hundreds of blows all over his body. Instantly, Goku would fall to a planet, destroying it due to the extreme power of Cirrus's blows. From that, you did not get up, Saiyan. You are powerful. You have given me use of 50% of all my power, and that is something that Ningun, pathetic god of these universes, have achieved. At that moment, a great wave of energy would form all over the place where Goku was, which had released much more power in his state of Ultra Instinct. Ha! You're fast, but your punches aren't so powerful. With those simple punches, you won't be able to beat me. Cirrus, a little annoyed at being underestimated, would give him millions of blows in a matter of seconds, which Goku was able to dodge a few. At the moment, Cirrus with a strong kick would send him flying. Instantly, large amounts of blood came out all of Goku's body, which was in a terrible state. That really caused me a lot of pain. What the hell happened? When I released that with 50% of my full power, I was not able to hurt you. I raised my power to 65% of my full power, and I could see that it's a big difference. This crazy woman could kill me. I can't allow that. I don't know what your name is, but this time, I'll show you the power that goes beyond the Ultra Instinct. Goku would begin to increase his power in an amazing way, with which his power began to destroy everything around him. That's right, this time Son Goku's hair began to grow. Cirrus, from a strong roar of Ozaru, would go back a few meters, due to the sonic power of the roar. What is this guy? Since he's not a simple god, and much less immortal, but every moment he awakens my interest. I'll take him to my planet. At that moment of a great explosion, Goku would appear with the Ultra Instinct Phase 3, which, with an intimidating look, would make fall a great pressure on the goddess, who did not flinch. Your power has risen unrealistically high, but you still don't possess the necessary power to be able to... Cirrus had not been able to finish her sentence since a strong blow from Goku had sent her flying to a planet, being dragged by several mountains of the place. Well, what do you think about the power of a true Saiyan? Do you think you could do something against me? Cirrus at that moment would recover from the blow and, with an enormous fury, would throw himself against Goku. While the battle of both beings was taking place, Daishinkan had arrived at one of the 3 points of the Supreme Gods, observing a being which never in his timeline had seen. However, at the same time of being closer, a blood-red pressure would make Daishinkan kiss the ground. That's right, Daishinkan was totally prostrated on the floor of the Supreme God.
What's the matter, Your Majesty? I did nothing to disrespect you. Please stop releasing your pressure. I'm not able to move.
Haha! So you have nothing to disrespect me, you useless priest. You should know that to enter my territory, you must bow and ask for my authorization.
Sorry, my lord. I didn't remember. Please, spare my life, I implore you.
Frank, which was the subject's name, would stop emitting his incredible pressure, allowing Daishinkan to be able to move with some freedom.
Tell me, what are you being offered, miserable good-for-nothing? In case it's stupidity, I won't hesitate to end your pathetic life. The great Zeno-sama has requested the presence of the three supreme gods, and I've come here to inform him.
So Zeno wants a meeting. What the hell does he want this time?
Alright, priest, you may go.
Daishinkan, upon given the information, would leave quickly. He was very confused about everything that was happening.
What the hell happened? We're the supreme gods and the divine god.
Daishinkan would quickly go to another location of the new supreme god. Meanwhile, returning to the battlefield, Cirrus was very badly wounded, with multiple wounds all over her body. Damn, I didn't think that the simple Saiyan would be able to make me use all my power. I hope you're ready. Now, go all out! Cirrus at that moment would raise her power to the maximum, with which the barrier that Yamoshi had placed throughout the Universe 7 would be completely destroyed. Goku, realizing this, would quickly use the power of his eye. Since possessing the Omni power, he was able to change dimensions. That's right, Goku had teleported together with Cirrus to a very different dimension. What the hell have you done, you Saiyan? I don't want to fight with you anymore, and I can see that you have no bad intentions, so I'll reveal to you who I really am. Goku in that instant would return to his base state, putting a very serious look on, while Cirrus would diminish her power. Being at rest, Goku at that moment would explain that he comes from the future of 20 years, which Cirrus was not able to believe anything she heard. I know it's something very complicated to assimilate, but all this is true. A powerful guy named Yamoshi was able to save me, giving me another chance to defeat Daishinkan. I can't believe anything you say. Since the powerful god Yamoshi exists in our time, he's called the Divine God, but he possesses pure evil in his heart. Goku would be astonished by what Cirrus said. He was not able to assimilate it, remembering the exact moment in which Yamoshi had sacrificed every part of his divine essence to be able to perform his MEGAVERSAL restart technique. However, at that moment, Daishinkan would communicate telepathically with Cirrus, not finding her on his planet.
Cirrus-sama, the great Zeno-sama has requested your presence.
Understood. In a moment I'll be at the palace of the king of everything. Cirrus would leave the dimension where he was together with Goku, while Goku was in a state of shock, because he didn't know what was happening. Oh, what the hell's going on? I'm not able to assimilate anything that Cirrus had told me. Another Yamoshi? How is that possible? Meanwhile, in the kingdom of everything, the three supreme gods had arrived, while Daishinkan would stare at because he had never seen them before. But at that very moment, an incredible dark power would be felt all over the place. The same palace as Zeno-sama began to be destroyed a little. While a silhouette was present, that's right, at the moment Yamoshi, the powerful divine god, would be present in the kingdom of all, with which its incredible power would make the supreme gods fall to their knees, which released their power to not be affected. However, all beings in the kingdom of all were not able to breathe except for Zeno, which was, with a neutral look, instantly a great light would be observed throughout the place.
What the hell is happening? I'm not able to move. The useless Zeno-sama is able to do it as if it were easy.
The king of all, with his base state, is able to withstand the pressure of the divine god, Yamoshi, but he was decided to transform. Daishinkan at that moment would be even more surprised to know that the king of everything possessed a transformation. The pressure of Zeno-sama was much more aggressive than the pressure of Yamoshi, which made the pressure of Yamoshi disappear, but the pressure of Zeno-sama was able to make all the supreme gods fall to their knees, while Zeno-sama and Yamoshi stared at each other.
Long time no see, Zeno-sama.
Same to you, Yamoshi the Destroyer. Daishinkan would be very surprised to realize that the warrior in front of him was Yamoshi. However, the Yamoshi of his timeline possessed a quiet power, and far beyond this version.
Damn it, Yamoshi's technique has too many mistakes. Even created a version of it, but with an incredible evil power.
The reason why I have called you depends on the fact that a space-time rift had been found. We don't know which being has caused it, That's why be on guard.
Is it something bad? Or why is it the only reason you sent for us?
We don't know if a being has entered our multiverse. For that reason, you are informed as the most powerful gods. Now, you can leave. All the gods would leave the place while Daishinkan was very thoughtful, and he would observe that the king of everything had returned to his base state.
Hell, this will be much harder than it was in my time.
Meanwhile with Cirrus, she was in her palace deep in thought as everything that the king of everything had reported matched the Saiyan's word. However, at that moment a hole would form in the place of Cirrus, which would stand on guard. However, it was Goku. How are you able to get to this place? Even though you call yourself a supreme goddess, I'm able to sense your power throughout the multiverse, so it's easy for me to locate you. I understand. Tell me, what do you want? I want you to take me to Yamoshi. I have several questions to ask him. Cirrus would be very surprised because even she didn't have enough courage to enter the territory of the powerful divine god Yamoshi. I won't do it. That's going to be certain death. Yamoshi's temperament is very explosive. In that same place, he's capable of killing us all. I beg you, Cirrus. I have to know what I have to do. I feel lost. Goku was able to convince Cirrus, so at that moment, both warriors, with the charge of dimension of Cirrus, had arrived in the matter of seconds to a place that even seemed like hell itself. What the hell is this place? Is there anyone who can inhabit this place? However, at that moment, a great pressure would fall on the body of both. Goku would fall to the ground very badly injured, being only in his base state, but at the moment, he would access the Ultra Instinct, being able to stand up.
What do you want, Cirrus? And why do you bring a Saiyan to my world? Do you want to die?
Yamoshi, I know you don't remember me, but I have something very important to tell you. Yamoshi at that moment was upset because that warrior had called him by his simple name. Without showing him the slightest respect, Yamoshi with a few blows had been able to leave Goku and Cirrus badly wounded on the ground. Goku, realizing that Cirrus was hurt because of him, decided to use the power that was given to him since birth. Oh, now let you hurt Cirrus! She's only helped me, so now you'll face me. Observe the power of the Omni God Saiyan. At that moment, Goku began to expel an incredible power, and likewise Cirrus, being close to the aura of Goku, this had recovered completely. At the time, several marks would appear throughout the body of Goku, leaving very surprised Yamoshi and Cirrus with a great cry. Goku had accessed the Super Saiyan Omni God, which was ready to face Yamoshi. Goku was assessing the power of the Super Saiyan Omni, the power beyond a god. Yamoshi would be very surprised by all the power that Goku was releasing. At the moment, Yamoshi, without staying behind, would expel a great abysmal power. However, was screaming loudly by a great headache.
What's happening to me? I'm not able to master all my power. This hurts. I'm not able to assimilate it.
Yamoshi would access the legendary Super Saiyan, however the negative energy that he gave off was unreal. That's right, the power of Yamoshi was much more negative than the Yamoshi of Goku's timeline. Instantly, Goku from a big explosion could be seen with his new transformation, power that would even be perceived by the High Priest.
Hell, who's the owner of this power? Yamoshi's technique has had too many failures. I don't know how the hell he was able to create beings of this scale of power.
All of Goku's power would be felt by the other Supreme Gods, who knew that the bearer of this power would be considered a new Supreme God. The power of that warrior is incredible, but this is amazing, since it seems that he wants to face the divine god Yamoshi-sama. He's incredible! At that moment, planets of all multiverses began to be destroyed due to the power of Yamoshi released, and he didn't care about the excess energy destroying planets around him. At that moment, Yamoshi would expel 4 spheres of energy of total devastation, which had destroyed a galaxy completely without the minimum effort. This is incredible! Yamoshi's power is just as the legends say. Only Zeno-sama in his combat state's capable of defeating him. Yamoshi at the moment, without waiting for anything, would lunge against Goku, who was able to stop his blow with extreme difficulty, giving him a great blow to Yamoshi, which would make him fall to a planet, destroying it completely. Yamoshi, being much more furious, would expel a power, destroying everything around him. His screams even caused strong sonic waves, which were deadly for beings that were not at the level of a priest. Goku was watching Yamoshi fixedly. I don't know what happened to you, but I promise I'll make everything go back to normal. This is all the fault of that damn Daishinkan. I won't forgive him. He's a damn scum that would ask for mercy. Goku, much more determined to defeat Yamoshi, would begin to collide his fists. However, Goku would realize that even though his punches connected with Yamoshi, they didn't do much damage. At the moment, Yamoshi would roar in Goku's face, sending him flying. Yamoshi, without losing his opportunity, would give him a rain of punches, which this time made Goku vomit large amounts of blood. I can't believe it! Did that Saiyan hold back in our battle? He's able to withstand the blows of the mighty divine god Yamoshi-sama! Cirrus would be much more surprised when observing how the two great energies collapsed between them, and instantly a great explosion would be created all over the place, leaving absolutely nothing to be seen. So it is, both warriors in the middle of the smoke continued with their great battle. Yamoshi again would be able to make Goku fall, but this time, his whole body and energy veins were being affected due to the excess energy. Hell, my body's starting to hurt! This is because I never mastered the power I was born with. I'm an imbecile, but I'm not allowed to lose. Goku would stand up very badly hurt, throwing himself against Yamoshi, but the result would be the same. Instantly, Yamoshi would throw a large sphere of energy, which would cause great devastation wherever it passed. Instantly, large explosions were observed all over the place, leaving Goku very badly hurt. I've never used it, but I'm not allowed to lose. Kaioken! Increased 100 times! Goku used the Kaioken with the Omni God state, which was crazy, but he was confident that his body would withstand it. While Goku activated the technique, his spiritual sea began to double the energy transport. Instantly, Goku was able to activate such a monstrous power, the pressure that was released made Cirrus fall to his knees. All the other supreme gods, including Daishinkan, who felt like he was dying. Zeno-sama would quickly access his combat form, but even so, he would feel a great gravity on him. This is unbelievable. I can't believe it. The owner of this power is a monster. Zeno-sama would immediately throw a sphere of energy towards Daishinkan so that he would be able to withstand all that incredible pressure. Daishinkan, you being my priest, you must have great power. A simple pressure is able to finish you. So go to one of the rooms of the Divine Kingdom and train.
As you command, my lord. I'll increase my power to be worthy to be your guardian, great Zeno-sama.
Daishinkan, with a great speed, would go to one of the forbidden rooms of the Kingdom of Home. At the moment, Daishinkan, without wasting a second, would begin with a rigorous training.
I'll not let my dream of becoming the king of everything be destroyed. I'll do whatever it takes, and I'll end the life of that damn dwarf.
Returning to the battlefield, the power of Goku had exploded, which would even leave Yamoshi surprised. However, before saying anything, Goku had sent him flying with a bestial blow, which totally destroyed the planet where he was. Instantly, Goku received it with a strong kick. At that moment, a great light would be observed. That's right, the power of Goku's kick was so powerful that it destroyed a Milky Way completely. The power of that Saiyan's on another level. I'm not able to assimilate it. He's a monster. Goku would continue with his great attack. At that moment, he would throw it to a planet, and without wasting any time, he would charge his most powerful attack, throwing it without thinking twice. Yamoshi would try to stop that incredible power, but it would be impossible. That's how it is. Goku's power on this occasion had been powerful enough to be able to knock him out of combat. But Goku's body had suffered incredible damage, since at that instant Goku's whole body would be completely torn apart, and even large amounts of blood would fall to the ground. That was very risky, but I was able to defeat him. At that moment, Goku would fall to the ground out of combat. That's right, the power he had used exceeded by far his limit. At that precise moment, Cirrus would take both warriors and would take them to places where both would be able to rest. However, in Yamoshi's mind, all the warriors of his other timeline would start to return, since Yamoshi had left a very powerful seal that would only be broken when he sees Goku in the Omni state. Meanwhile, with all the other supreme gods, they'd begun with the reconstruction of several planets around. But the king of everything was still in his combat form, and he was very pensive due to all the bestial power that he felt. Who was all this power? It was an atomic power. I don't know if I'll be able to defeat him. Even though, since I was born, I have trained. The power that this being expelled in the last 5 minutes of battle was incredible. Meanwhile, on the planet of Beerus, the most powerful god among the 12 gods, he was also very thoughtful for his defeat against that Saiyan, and also with a little fear, knowing that he had been able to give an even battle to the very powerful Cirrus-sama.
Hey, Whis, I can't believe that Saiyan's not a god. How's it possible that he has all that bestial power?
I've no idea, Mr. Beerus, but I'm 100% sure that the power that you felt moments ago is the same of that Saiyan.
Don't say stupid things, Whis. That power that was felt just now was the true power of a being at the top, even equal to Daishinkan-sama or Zeno-sama.
I'm sure that the Saiyan hides much more than he shows, and we have to discover it. Before returning, something happens to our entire universe. Meanwhile, returning to both warriors, their whole body and sea of energy began to recover little by little. However, the negative energy that possessed the body of Yamoshi was fading completely, and this is what Cirrus noticed. What is happening to Yamoshi's body? All the negative power that characterized him is disappearing completely. Thus, 3 months had passed quickly, in which both Saiyans were still out of combat, due to the brutal battle. Meanwhile, with Daishinkan, he had raised his power in an incredible way, so much so that he had felt confident enough to be able to defeat the supreme gods, but he was still somewhat pensive.
My power has risen in an incredible way, but I can't believe the power that Yamoshi possesses. How does his body release all that negative energy?
Daishinkan, without thinking so much, would continue with his great training, since the priest wanted to unlock all his hidden power, not to be surprised by the power of the supreme gods or even the power of Yamoshi. Meanwhile, with the king of all, Zeno-sama, this was in the confines of the multiverse. Noticing the dimensional rift, he had created the technique of Yamoshi. At the time of Zeno-sama's approach, a hand would be able to grab him strongly by the face. Entering the dimensional crack, instantly Zeno-sama would be on guard. But even so, he was not able to dodge a great blow, which made him vomit blood, and also had unbalanced all his sea of energy, which was, at this time, not able to do absolutely anything. However, Zeno-sama would use a great amount of angelic energy to seal the points by which he had caused great damage. What the hell are you? How have you been able to cause me all this incredible damage with a single blow? At that moment, a very peculiar stranger would appear in front of Zeno-sama.
I'm Archon, and I'm the representation of the supreme power and evil of your entire ancient universe. You're a damn bastard to use MEGAVERSAL Reboot.
What? Someone was able to use the MEGAVERSAL Reboot of the universe? This can't be true.
Oh, how interesting this is. Apparently, it wasn't you who used the MEGAVERSAL Reboot. But I don't care. I'll finish you off right now.
That won't be so easy for you. I'm a super king of everything, who has trained since the creation of everything in existence, so I won't be easy to defeat. Archon, without effort, would begin to exchange blows with Zeno-sama, in which exchange of blows looked very exhausted. However, the more time passed, the balance was getting in the favor of the powerful warrior Archon. That is, for the first time, the king of everything Zeno-sama was being overcome. Instantly, Archon would give him a great blow that would send him back through the dimensional portal, making him fall into a nearby planet. Archon, with great speed, would enter the portal. Zeno-sama, at the motion and second supreme goddess, was preparing for the great battle against Archon. At a precise moment, an abominable power would be felt all over the place. That's right, Mikoshin, for the first time, was releasing 100% of all her power, which had never been known by any other god.
I can't believe this. Mikoshin has even been able to surpass the first supreme god. Me being the first supreme god, I feel that Mikoshin's power overshadows me.
At the instant of an incredible rumble, a crimson lightning could be observed, and at a speed that no being was able to observe, they could only observe how Archon fell to a planet, destroying it completely. But Mikoshin's attack would not end there, because without allowing his enemy to recover, he would throw millions of energy attacks with which he was slaughtering that being. The power of Mikoshin-sama, I'm sure it can be compared to the power of the divine god Yamoshi-sama. At that moment, a huge explosion would be created all over the place, and Archon could be observed without any scratches.
For a goddess, you're very powerful, so I'll not hold back in the least with you. You are scum next to me.
Archon, instantly flying through space, was able to even crack everything in its path. Mikoshin was not able to dodge a big blow from Archon, and this time she would be sent to fly to the most resistant planet of the 12 universes. Being dragged all over the place, Frank would throw himself against Archon with the intention of helping Mikoshin. Inversion of the underworld! The whole place would become like the same hell, while Frank's power increased incredibly. That's right, Frank's power in that technique multiplied 100 times more.
So you're known as this first supreme god. But despite this, you'll not be able to do anything against me, as they are mere worms against me.
Meanwhile, with Cirrus, she was very worried because she had now noticed how Frank had used his forbidden technique. This is bad. I don't know what we can do. The power that is on the side of Mikoshin and Frank completely overshadows them. It's a gigantic power! Yamoshi would instantly release an incredible power, which even as pressure was able to bring Cirrus to her knees. But unlike before, this time, the color of his incredible pressure was green, similar to his legendary status, not with the essence of massacre from before. That's right, the negative energy had been completely destroyed.
Ugh, Kakarot, after so many years I've been able to remember everything we lived. We have to end the Daishinkan curse before his power grows in an even more incredible way.
Yamoshi would observe Kakarot out of combat, and in the same way he would feel the power of the incredible warrior who was fighting with the supreme gods.
Cirrus, please stay with Kakarot. I'll face that warrior. Apparently my Megaversal restart technique had too many failures, so even beings more powerful than a king at all have appeared.
Yamoshi would leave the place at an incredible speed, while Cirrus would be very surprised to learn that everything Kakarot had told her was true. So everything Kakarot communicated to me was true. Yamoshi and he were able to carry out the Megaversal reboot that was said that only a king at all was capable of achieving. Meanwhile, inside Kakarot's body, all his power and even his ki veins were carrying much more power than usual. That's right, because for all the excess energy, so that his healing is much more favorable for his internal energy. However, the damage that Kakarot possessed was not an easy damage to solve, because when using the Omni power, more than 50% of all his energy veins were completely destroyed by the incredible effort he made. Kakarot won't recover for a long time, so I have to help him. Since even the mighty divine god Yamoshi, I doubt he'll be able to beat that guy. Returning to the battlefield, Archon had been able to defeat both supreme gods. That's right, despite Frake using each of his techniques, had not been enough to defeat Archon, who is even considered a dimensional god. However, instantly Daishinkan along with the other gods arrived as reinforcements. Daishinkan would be surprised to realize the power of this warrior, which he also did not know.
Damn Yamoshi, how have you been able to create warriors of such a scale of power? It should be impossible for a being of your level.
All the angels were about to form a single being. That's right, the large pentagram would be formed all over the place. But a lightning bolt was able to finish off each of the deities. The only one to dodge the stealthy attack was Daishinkan, however. He had received some damage to his internal energy.
Who the hell is this being? The power he possesses is overwhelming. He was able to even do some damage to me despite dodging his most lethal blows. I can tell you that you're somewhat skillful, priest, since none of your sons or gods were able to do anything to dodge him. I don't want any more worms in this fight. The instant Daishinkan was about to say something, the incredible pressure of Yamoshi would be present on the battlefield. Mikoshin and Frake, who were on the verge of death, were surprised to observe the divine god. The powerful Yamoshi will help the king completely. This is incredible, but there's something different. The essence that his body gives off is not the one that usually emanated. Yamoshi, while increasing his power, returned to observe Daishinkan, who instantly realized everything that was happening, since even Yamoshi's power had returned to the essence of the Yamoshi of your time. Yamoshi's essence is back to the same as always, but I feel confident that I have enough power to end that miserable.
Yamoshi would instantly raise a large part of his beastly power, with which he was able to even catch the attention of Archon, who would realize that Yamoshi's power was very similar to the power that was between the rift of both multiverses.
Your power looks very familiar to me. The power that was used for the Megaversal reboot. Was it maybe you? But not this should be impossible, since the only one with such a feat is the king of all. Ha 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 ha! You have no idea what I'm capable of. So you better get ready, damn worm!
A little annoyed, Archon would pounce against Yamoshi, being able to grant him a great blow by sending him to another planet, destroying him by the strong impact.
Ha 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 ha! You have the power to eliminate planets, galaxies, and even universes, but I can tell that you're not able to eliminate a single person.
Archon, before he could say anything, would be sent to fly to a planet in the same way. While Yamoshi was going after it, instantly Yamoshi would begin to beat up of his life. Despite not having his negative power, the energy had grown millions of times. To his legendary power, never known a limit, Yamoshi would throw a large sphere of energy towards that warrior, which, being about to die, a subject in the form of a yellow dragon would stand in front of that great attack, being able to send him to another place with change dimensional.
What the hell? This warrior's power is much greater than Archon's power. This must be a fucking nightmare. I am the 4-star Super Dragon, the stars of your home universe. We, being infinite energy, we could not return in the Megaversal reboot, so we challenged all the energy of the Super Dragon Ball, taking our own form. No, damn it! This can't be happening! But don't worry, I know who has the main responsibility for all this. So just now, I will end his pathetic life.
The 4-star dragon, at a supreme speed, was able to grant a furtive blow to Daishinkan, which made him vomit blood. However, at that precise moment, he would put his hand on his chest, ripping out his heart completely.
Because of this bastard, everything has happened. But this time, we will have to destroy all that fake Megaverse.
I don't care that they used the Megaversal reboot. I'm not going to let my universe be destroyed. I'll give all my energy if necessary for my multiverse to thrive. The dragon at a great speed was inches away from ending Zeno-sama's life. However, Yamoshi at the moment would expel an incredible pressure, with which he was able to return a little slower to the dragon, giving Zeno-sama the opportunity to dodge that great attack. But Yamoshi's pressure would not be enough for the true power of the 4-star dragon, which would also expel its pressure of a red color being able to completely destroy Yamoshi's.
I know that you never had anything to do with everything that has happened. You will only be collateral damage. I am sorry.
The dragon, without allowing Yamoshi to speak something, would be able to grant him thousands of blows in a matter of seconds. That's right, the speed of the dragon was overwhelming. Meanwhile, on Yamoshi's planet, Goku in that instant would wake up. I'm finally cured! Goku would quickly access the Ultra Instinct, while Cirrus would be very surprised since she recovered in an impressive time. But it was not time for impressions, since both noticed how Yamoshi's power decreased in a great way. It'd be better to go help Yamoshi. I hope now you trust me. Both warriors would arrive in a matter of seconds. When Goku would be able to use teleportation, they instantly arrived. Cirrus would start transmitting a great energy to the two supreme gods who were very badly injured, while Goku was approaching Zeno-sama. I know that in this timeline you know absolutely nothing about me, but I hope you can trust me. I'm not gonna let you down. I hope you're right. I've never seen you, but I have confidence in you, so I can leave this in your hands since I don't have the necessary power to protect my multiverse. Goku would instantly watch as Yamoshi was brutally beaten. That's right, Yamoshi was not able to do anything. At the moment, he would be sent flying, falling to a planet completely out of combat.
Yamoshi, you are nothing compared to me. I have the absolute power.
The absolute power? Don't make me laugh. You haven't faced me yet.
Yet another piece of garbage. I don't know why beings who don't have the necessary power always think they can do with everything.
When I show you the power beyond a king at all, let's see if you're still thinking that I'm a scumbag. Goku would instantly begin to access the power beyond a king at all. That's right, Goku was accessing the Super Saiyan Omni, the power with which he was born. The power that was able to even overcome the negative energy of Yamoshi. The whole place was being destroyed. Much more, however, the dragon was not surprised in the slightest. Instantly, of a great light, Goku would appear with his most powerful transformation. At the moment of the dragon watching him instantly, he would be a little surprised.
You don't have the full power, but you really possess the Omni power. That is amazing.
Both warriors started with a great battle, which for the first time, Goku, despite using all his power, was only able to match his opponent, feeling completely angry, but when he lost his composure, his opponent took advantage of it, connecting a big blow, sending him to a planet. Instantly, Goku would stand up with a very serious look. I don't mind taking a chance again. I'm not gonna let this guy end all this. Kaioken! Increased 100 times! That's right, Goku would activate the Kaioken again. But the power was thousands of times greater at the time when he faced Yamoshi. Goku's power was increasing in an unreal way. So much so that this time, even the dragon would be very surprised by all the beastly power that Goku's body was able to release.
The incredible power of Goku in his Omni form with the Kaioken increased to 100 times was overwhelming. So much so that the large sphere of fire would form all around the 4-star dragon. That's right, because the incredible pressure emanating from Goku's body was so much that it even began to cause damage to the...
That guy's power was rising to incredible scales. I can't believe the power his whole body can hold.
At the instant of an incredible megaversal explosion, Goku would be observed, but like lightning, he was able to cross the field of fire that his opponent had, managing to connect such a powerful blow that he would fall to the ground. However, Goku's attack would not end there, since at a supreme speed, he would begin to massacre him with blows. That's right, Goku was furious. Meanwhile, Zeno-sama and the others would leave the whole place, since even the mere presence of Goku was able to take the breath. At the moment of reaching the kingdom of the All, Cirrus, with her great power, was able to reactivate Yamoshi's internal energy flow. For the first time, the power of the divine god Yamoshi has reached extremely low scales. I'm not able to believe it. Yamoshi's power was said to know no limits, but we can never underestimate all the monsters that live in the universes, since they possess an incredible power. Returning to the battlefield, it could be observed how both warriors were colliding two powerful attacks. But the instant they exploded, both launched themselves against each other. But the battle began to drag on for a long time. Goku's power would begin to decrease significantly, and this would be noticed by the 4-star dragon, which had been completely injured.
I don't mind you calling me a coward, but this time is against you. So I have just to wait for all that great power to diminish to finish you.
The dragon would use one of his techniques, managing to leave Goku without vision for a few minutes. Instantly, he would not be able to observe him anywhere. Damn, this bastard's very smart. He was able to realize that the power I possess is not my usual power, so he decided to hide until my power decreases. Goku would start insulting him all over the universe, but the dragon did not fall for his provocations. However, in one of his many dimensional cracks, he was furious.
No! That bastard's humiliated me! I'm supposed to be one of the most powerful warriors of the 12 universes. I possess the infinite power of the Super Dragon Balls!
Goku, realizing that the warrior would be able to finish him, in case the Kaioken reaches his limit, he would begin to charge a catastrophic energy in the palm of his hands. That's right, the energy was so devastating that it would begin to wreak havoc all over the place. You're a fucking coward, but I don't mind destroying all these dimensions since they're created by negative energy. Die! Goku would throw such a tremendous attack, while the 4-star dragon was very confident. However, his smile and confidence crumbled when he realized how such a beastly power he was able to even destroy reality itself. That's right, such a brutal attack was able to collide with the 4-star dragon. At the instant of Goku realizing this, he would stretch out his hand. Atomic reduction! Molecular destruction! All the incredible power that was about to end all the timelines was reduced in an incredible way, while all that great energy was focused exclusively on his enemy, which was turned into simple dust of the universe. However, Kakarot was able to dodge millions of lightning attacks from a completely different subject, but he had the appearance of a child, while the entire lower part of his body was dark. I'm the 4-star humanoid dragon, and I realize how you're able to end my brother's life. But I commend you. Now, I'll keep his power. Instantly, all the power of the 4-star dragon began to enter the body of the 2-star guy. Goku would try to stop him, but he was impossible. Instantly, he was able to even assimilate all that incredible power. We have infinite energy from the Super Dragon Balls, are able to assimilate all the power of another sphere, and we plan to destroy this entire timeline. Damn, this guy's going to kill me! The power he possesses doesn't compare to the power of the 4-star dragon! Instantly, the warrior would throw himself against Goku, being able to grant him a few blows, which Goku, despite dodging them, was extremely complicated for Goku. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of the Whole, the warriors were surprised to realize that the 2-star dragon had appeared. This is really bad. If what we're deducing is correct, that means that there are 7 warriors with a similar power, and in case they can all absorb the power of their other companions, we will be dead.
I'm sorry, I was the one who did the Megaversal reboot, but I never thought something like this would happen, so I'm thinking of fixing it myself.
Divine God Yamoshi, tell us, how do you plan to fix it? Even that Saiyan named Goku, whose power is greater than yours, is being cornered by the two-star dragon.
I really don't have a clear answer as to how I'll defeat them, but I, the mighty Divine God Yamoshi, will be able to finish off every one of those bastards.
At the moment, an incredible rumble would be felt throughout the entire kingdom. That's right, the clash of his fists was able to even destroy planets of all universes. That's right, Goku, this time, was not able to neutralize the collisions of his fists. I'm sorry, everyone. I promise I'll bring you to life.
Don't promise something you won't be able to keep, as this will be your last battle.
Goku would take distance, and you could observe his serious look. I don't care if my body's destroyed. I don't care if you claim to have infinite power. I've already been able to locate 3 of your companions, and they won't be able to arrive in time when I annihilate you.
Ha 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 ha! Don't make me laugh. Do you think you have the necessary power to annihilate me?
Reich was not able to continue mocking, since a big fist was able to send him flying to a planet. While Goku at an impressive speed was heading towards Reich, however, Reich, being much more powerful than his previous opponent, was able to grant him a great kick, which would send him to a planet in the same way. Instantly, that Goku fell to the planet, large amounts of blood were coming out of his mouth. The blows of that guy are incredible. I'm not able to withstand them. My body suffers incomprehensible damage. Meanwhile, in Goku's mind, he was able to observe himself, but this Goku was chained. What the hell are you? Are you really me?
That's right. I've always been chained up here. I look like a fucking slave.
What is it that you are? I don't understand.
I'm your Saiyan part, your sadistic part, your warrior part. I was excluded to this place. The moment when you hit your head for that reason, I'm in this pathetic place.
But tell me, how was I able to get here?
Feeling cornered by that subject, your subconscious traveled to where there is an even greater power to the Omni state.
A greater power than the Omni state? This can't be.
That's right. Since at that moment of both separating, we both take separate part of power. That means that you possess your power and transformation, and I likewise possess the same as you, but at a much more advanced level.
Tell me, what do I have to do to be able to save everyone? I can't lose them. I want to make things right. Tell me.
You must have the power and courage enough to set me free and reform a single being as we were at our birth.
It's okay. Goku and Kakarot will form a single being again. Instantly, Goku with his power would be able to transmit some power to Kakarot's body. While he was with that power, was able to break the chains which had held him completely, returning to the outside world. All this had happened in a matter of seconds, in which Reich had charged a large sphere of mass destruction.
Freak, Cirrus, Mikoshin, take me to that place. It is preferable that I die. Kakarot is that being that must save this entire multiverse.
So we wanted to take you. We're not able to get close since the power possessed by that attack is even capable of interfering that all-dimensional change.
Die, damn! With you less, there are only those damn worms left.
However, all over the place, an incredible scream would resonate throughout the multiverse.
This power is incredible! I'll finish you, Cirrus!
Goku was able to stop the great sphere of mass destruction, while all his hair was turning a red color like blood. The essence of massacre would increase in an incredible way. The environment had become much more chaotic than Frike's technique. Where did you get so much power from? This must not be possible. You are right, Mikoshin. He has been able to release much more power, but this time the power he gives off is pure evil.
The power and essence of that Saiyan releases is far superior to my essence, Massacre. What the hell did he do? Having that negative energy is capable of being totally corrupted.
Returned to the battlefield, the powerful Goku would start walking towards Reich, which on this occasion, while walking, the form of death was forming on his back. Reich would involuntarily take a few steps back.
Are you scared? I would never be afraid of a being of your...
Reich was not able to finish his sentence since at that moment Goku had embedded his hand in his chest, being able to rip out his heart. At the moment Goku would turn, however, Reich would throw a large sphere of energy.
Damn! That hurt me too much. But we Supreme Dragons, we don't depend on an organ like the heart to survive. To finish us off, you have to pulverize every cell phone of our body. Ha 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 ha! That attack has not been able to make me any scratches, but I find interesting that you just told me, so I can humiliate you for much longer. Goku, without waiting for Reich to recover completely, would begin to give him a beating, which Reich on this occasion was not able to do anything. At the moment of Reich falling to the ground very badly injured and on the verge of death, he would feel the real terror. Using his remaining energy to escape from the place, a big lightning is observed moving away. With this speed, it's impossible for me to catch up. However, at the moment, he would collide with something as strong as steel, and his worst nightmare was in front of him. That's right, Goku was able to reach him and even overcome him, making Reich hit himself with his chest. I didn't think the Super Dragon Ball being would feel terror or fear. I thought you were the negative energy of our previous multiverse. Reich would again try to escape, but this time Goku mercilessly, from a great attack of energy, was able to completely pulverize him, leaving no cell. Now it leaves only 5, but I don't know why I feel the power of only 3 similar warriors. That may be because the other 2 must have been absorbed by the others, so we must prepare. Goku would start meditating to be able to master all the incredible power that ran through his veins. He even, just with his meditation, an incredible power would detach from his body.
What will happen next? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.